Welcome back to the DIY van build, peeps. Are you ready for this? Oh, it feels so good to be up and going again. And in this one, we are finishing off the side of our kitchen counter and installing our outdoor shower by our side sliding door, in which we will be able to spray off maybe some dishes, our feet, the dog, whoever or whatever it might be before entering into the van. So let's cue the intro. So in today's project, we are installing a kit already pre-made for outdoor showers, the same you see in your standard RV. It's made by Phoenix Faucets. It's a Valterra model. We'll have a link below, but honestly, very simple. Upon opening this box, the best way to describe it is a shower in a box. Shower head, hot and cold tap, with 2 lines to hook up on the back. Honestly, with that kit, I don't think it could be any simpler to have an outdoor shower. The hardest part of this project is figuring out where to put it and how to fit it into your plan. And the plan for this auxiliary shower is to fit it in to this spot right here, just before our sliding screen door, and enough room to be able to open and close it and be able to access the shower handle. And the product we've chosen is this, I guess, called shiplap type material right here. So you see, it's got a little bit of grooves on it, in which we'll paint to go along with our color scheme of the van. So first, I'm just gonna simply cut it out like we cut all our pieces of wood, and then we'll show you us installing it and the shower. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Because honestly, how many times can I show you in a DIY van build series me cutting a piece of wood? It's pretty straightforward stuff at this point. Except when your stupid battery dies halfway through a cut. When it does it twice to you right before you're done, that really frickin' sucks. Some days, I tell you, it doesn't matter what you try and do right, something always goes wrong. But in the long run, it did end up working out for us. As I always say, if you feel like things aren't going your way, keep pushing forward, don't give up. It always tends to work out. So anyways, now that we got it all in place, we're gonna pin it up so that we can find the exact location of where we want our shower to go. And because that shower doesn't actually come with a template for the cutout hole, I marked off where our aluminum framing was, so we didn't have to screw into the framing. We can use the actual wood itself as the mount. And we made ourselves a template just by the dimensions of the rectangle out of our corrugated plastic that we've been using throughout the whole van. Again, not going through it at all, saving everybody some time. Good news is, with the new panels I chose, we actually have some straight lines, so it's nice and easy to figure out if we have it straight. We know exactly where we want it to be, and we should be able to just trace it and cut it. And that's how quick that happens. I think I'm gonna go for it. So in a blind hole like this, we just take a drill bit that's bigger than the actual blade of our jigsaw blade. Drill a hole into the middle where we can start, and then we start cutting. And I think you've seen enough of that. We have a hole that hopefully our shower fits in. And that's all you guys want to see anyways. You guys just want to see if it actually works or not, right? Right. So, let's start painting it all now. We just got a small 6-inch roller with our gray paint. Paint of choice for this project is the Sherwin-Williams gray shingle. And tips when it comes to painting, well, this stuff has the lines, so I'm painting the same direction as the lines. And just nice, smooth, even coats, and we will do multiple coats, 2, possibly even 3. And look how good those look once they're all painted up. And on the back side, I did make a frame just out of some 3/8 plywood. That way, when we put our shower into, it's got something to put the screws into. Just keep it nice and clean and professional. But it's time to slide it in place and see if everything fits properly now. Here we go. Any guesses on if it'll work? Oh yes. I would say it's absolutely perfect. So happy. So now we're just going to use our PL glue. So now we're just going to use our PL glue like we have everything else. Stick it in place and let it dry for 24 hours. You ready? Let's check this out. It's sat overnight. Let's see how it looks. Oh, that's a finished cabinet. It worked. What? And then we take our shower. It's going to slide right into here. And that fits perfect too. So we'll just use a small drill bit and pre-drill all those holes. Just as easy as that. So now we'll take our white caulk, open it up, install it into our gun, and put a nice thin bead around the edge all the way around, just to make sure everything's all sealed. Whoops, it daisies. And we'll clean up the little bit of white mess we made. Our caulk got a little excited there. And now we're ready to install it in the van. So, now to install this, I chose number 8 by 9/16 wafer head framing screws. And I basically made this decision based off of the appearance of the screw itself. So let's get screwed in and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're gonna slide this in. It just kind of put the hose end in first and then tilt it up and through. Open her up. Make sure all our holes that we pre-drilled align and go ahead and install them. Now be careful not to over tighten them. This is just plastic. Obviously we don't want to go this far and end up with a cracked shower. So I just went opposite sides first, just kind of like tightening a tire, make sure everything's sat in, and then we can just finish the rest. And there we go. Just like that, we now have an outdoor shower in our van. Because look like you got a dirty face. And there she is, look at that. Again, I chose these screws just because of the look. Give a nice clean look instead of silver. But because I'm a man that's all about the fine details, they're not staying black either. But we gotta grab our paints first. And grab this color and shake it all about. We do the hokey pokey. Da 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 da. And once that is all complete and dry, it looks much better with the white screws on it. And now we're ready to plumb it up, which starts with those lines right there and goes down to where our shower sits. And once again, we're not going to go into a ton of detail with that, except for on the back of the shower itself, the fittings that came with the shower. Now these are the type of fittings that have a rubber grommet on the inside, and they can just be threaded on, no sealant needed. These are self-sealing. But what came with it are plastic end fittings. Seeing we are using Pex line and these Pex type crimps, I don't like using plastic ends on our fittings because when you crimp them, I just feel like those could deform. Which means we're making a special trip to the hardware store to scour through all of these to find out Rona doesn't stock what we want. So, we try the depot. Easy peasy. There they are. That's what we're looking for. All that for a couple $4 fittings. But we're back in our shop and we're ready to get this installed and finish this outdoor shower. So we have a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch FNPT female adapter swivel. You'll see it has the rubber grommet on it. Let me get it open. You'll see it has the rubber grommet on it. That way you don't have to use silicone. It just goes right through the back side of the female swivel. So now you can attach it. Now on these, you can get brass ends with the brass fitting. Now the ROAMR, they did have these, but again, they were the brass ends instead of the plastic ends. But because the threads on our shower are plastic, I like to mate plastic to plastic just to ensure that if this piece was brass, it might destroy those threads and create a leak. So we've already gone ahead and ran our water lines, got them all mounted in place, and ran them down to our shower, and the cold one is already complete. So now all we gotta do is finish the hot one. Just gonna thread this in place just so we know exactly where everything's gonna sit. Slide that on. Cut our piece, make sure it's nice and straight. Oh no. Now I think I might be out of fittings, which means yes, I just went back to the hardware store again because we were short 2 elbow fittings, 2 90 degrees, a left one and a right one. That's all we needed. As mentioned, we're just going to do a dry fit to get everything in place. Make sure it all fits together and lines up properly. Just like that, bada bing, bada boom, we can crimp everything together. So, what we're going to do is just show you the finished product. Everything's crimped together, tightened down. Now these, of course, only have to be finger tight. Then we crimped everything down all the way up. I have it bolted in so everything's nice and tight. Across to our water lines, which are also bolted to the wall so they stay tight. I will have to cap these ones because they're going to go up to the sink, which of course is not installed. And my friends, we are just about ready to put water through this thing and see if we got any leaks. Turn our valve to off just so we can test the tank first. And so far, all our fittings are looking dry. So now we'll open the valve to the pump. Once again, looking fully dry. So let's add power. Negative, negative, positive, positive. There goes the pump. Uh-oh. Oh man, I didn't crimp that. Come on, Jeff. Hold on. That final line that I mentioned, I'll crimp last once I assemble everything. I'm gonna blame it on the recording. I pushed through too fast when I'm trying to record this. All right, let me crimp this. Now she ain't going nowhere. Oh my. Good news is, remember we said we made waterproof floors? Well, this could be a good reason why. And these floors are finally getting a cleaning that they've so desperately needed over the last year. Alright, let's try that again. Good news is, I've checked all the other fittings that the water ran through. Everything else looks dry. So it was just a simple human error on that one. And try this again. Alright, that time she reached pressure in no time. Again, I have not added pressure to our accumulator just yet. We want to test it all before we put the accumulator through it. And right now, we are looking dry. I know it's hard to see in there. Should we test the shower? So we open her up, we grab our shower out, we turn on some taps, let the air get out. Off. On. Oh, wicked. Look at that. Look how far it shoots. That's pretty sweet. Oh, yes. They turn cold off. Just have the hot on. It works just great too. Get the air through it. Now we'll do hot and cold at the same time. Turn it off. Turn it off. Folds back in. Closes up. Bada bing, bada boom. We now have an outdoor shower. And as you can see, even with the shower installed, sliding screen door still works perfectly. Lots of room to clear that. Perfect. What can we spray off that would be fun? I guess we could start with, I've been wearing my shoes with no socks. So let's try cleaning those bad boys up. Oh, it feels so good. Oh. We're gonna spray our head off. Oh, oh, that is absolutely amazing. Oh, oh. Forget van life changing. That's van build changing. Yes. Aiden, come here, buddy. Hi. Look what Dad's got. Come here. Ready? Whoa. Yeah, you can spray your balls off. Oh, gotcha! Did you get all wet? Yeah. Hey? Oh, and one more thing I need to discuss real quick is on the shower. If you check out the direction of the out valve of the water that goes to the hose, you'll see it's in the upwards position, cold on the right, hot on the left. The reason why I bring this up is because when we installed this shower right here, and I made the cold on the right and the hot on the left, this out spigot for the hose was in the upwards position. And everybody was giving me a hard time saying, you put that in upside down. And I'm like, no, the cold should be on the right and the hot should be on the left. Every single tap I know, cold's on the right, hot's on the left. Cold is on the right, hot is on the left. Cold is on the right, hot is on the left. And now that you look at this shower, which comes pre-made, I did not install this stuff into the box. It came like this. And just to confirm it's in the right way, when you close the box, it says auxiliary shower. And if we flipped it over, that would be upside down. So take that information as you will. So now we roll it back up, latch it, lock it, done. That's it, peeps. Aiden, did Dad do a good job on the plumbing? Yes. Yes? We now have an outdoor shower inside a ROAMR. What do you think of that? So, if you made it this far, you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing so. No pressure, of course, you do you. And we will see you on the next video. So what do you want to do now? Where's the brap? You want to go brap? You want to go brap? Okay. Perfect.